This is a game between Simeon, who takes black, and Marcin, who takes white. Yeah. Usual opening, yes. Then white plays here. I think that on the top side, it might be more efficient to play next to black stones. If black goes into the corner, then we have a possibility of blocking black from going to the top side. If black connects, we also connect. And then it's not needed for us to have a stone at around A, as we had in the game. Yeah, it's a more efficient formation on than just a simple extension. Nevertheless, white played here and then black approached. But I think that probably this move is bigger. And if I was white, I would also rather choose this move and not that move once white already has a stone at L16. Like, just imagine. Black plays here, and then what is white's continuation? Maybe like this, or maybe what I showed, maybe that one, right? A usual Joseki, but right now, the stone at L16 is badly placed. It's over-concentrated. So currently, it's not very interesting for white to still continue at H17. It's more interesting to take a big corner, and when black plays here, well, we can still put some pressure on black, or we can just play away. But in the game black played here, and then white can still take a big corner, but I would also not necessarily do it, because black already answered to this move, right? We play here, but we already don't threaten anything, so this move is not as interesting as it was, as it used to be. Maybe I would rather play on the left side. If black goes into the corner, all right. Black spent already 4 stones on that top side, and the group is, of course, very, very safe, but don't worry, it's not the most efficient formation by black, because the group is a little bit too strong, we could say. Maybe white can then continue by expanding a framework on the left side. But it's not a mistake. Like, I am not really criticizing this move. Then black goes in. Well, it's big, but not sure if as big as the left side, because the left side is still very much open. And also, it might be possible to play something more efficient. You can learn this move. What is this move about? If white plays here, then white certainly takes a risk of being split. Then if white plays from below, black can just connect. It looks already quite good for black. If white plays from above, then black will play this Hane and this move. And you see, black splits white stones. And probably the group of black on the other side is still not too weak. Like, it still has a chance to, let's say, play like this, or that beautiful shape move, which you might know from books. Shape move which finishes with weird shapes of both players. Yeah, so this one asks a difficult question to white. If white plays here, it becomes really risky. But if white plays here, then black gets a much more comfortable result than in the actual game. Because in the actual game, black is down to the second line and puts less pressure on white. Then white goes in. I think that I would play on the left side. It's wider than the bottom side. After this move, black just jumped into the corner. It makes sense. Yeah, made the life. Maybe if I was white, I'd play here. But this is good as well. And then, what should black do? Black continued, split white. A bit risky. White can play here now. It's center. And then black's corner becomes smaller. So it looks proper to play here, unless white can capture black in a ladder, which seems to be the case. Can we play here? If white goes there, then we can connect solid. And probably white cannot continue the try to kill, because black will simply go out. So white will need to add a move, and then it doesn't make sense that white played that Hane. So probably this is the correct move. And then white will likely answer. Or if white prefers, white might also play like this. And then black makes life. In the game black played here, I think that now white can try this one. If black connects, then white can try to kill black. But white simply answered, and then black needs to go back to make life with the group, of course. Yes, but this is an incorrect move. We should connect. It's much more points, many more points, and like maybe more important than points. It takes away a liberty of white stones, and it will matter. It will matter a lot. You will see in the game, later in the game, that it actually did matter in this game. So black played here. White turned yes, that's a very comfortable move. Builds a big left side, and black stones feel very uncomfortable. So maybe we are also not forced to play all those cuts. Maybe we can play here. And if white plays Hane, which looks locally like the strongest move, then actually we might play away, because locally white doesn't have any clean way to attack black's corner. This is a little bit complicated life and death problem. But basically, having the D1 move in center, black should be able to save the group. I don't remember it right now. I haven't played it for a while. If white descends, though, then all that combination will be more powerful, because we already gained this 1-2 exchange, which gives us a possibility of afterwards playing at A. Anyway, black played these cuts, made life in the corner, but white plays this move, and this move is very, very big. Jump. And white ignored. If I was white, I would probably not ignore. Black doesn't really have a way to save the two stones because of this combination. Is there anything else? Well, potentially there might be. So maybe when black plays here, white first needs to reinforce the shape, and only then white will white be able to continue. It all makes sense. Black jumps, yes. All right. Black still needs to add moves, but white is not taking much with this one, is white? Like, isn't it better to get more control over the center instead of taking those additional 4 points on the left side? Anyway, we have a lot of points on the left side. We can peep now, yeah. And later, let's continue like this, and let's build a magnificent center, for example, like this. Yeah, so this was probably a bit incorrect direction of play by white, and now black played that move, which was very important. Oh, but black was forced to live in a bit uncomfortable way. Isn't it better to still go out a little bit? But white answered and black took center. That's interesting. Actually, it's a bit difficult to understand it, but when you play such moves, A, B, C, D, you already forced your opponent to live on a smaller area, and you already got something on the outside. And then I know that it seems so tempting to enclose your opponent, but if black is simply alive, then this move is not big. So after getting all of that, we can very easily just play away. And well, if black wants to continue, fine. It isn't big. It isn't big. So also this means that actually black's decision to not play those moves, what I talked about, was actually, well, probably correct. Because I think that now white shouldn't enclose black. And then I'm not sure if black would certainly play in this way. Okay, so black got that move. It's also very good to play in between of these two stones of white if you have here a Kosumi. Because then white has very limited options how to hide in the corner and make life there. So what can white do? How can white answer? White can try to connect the stones from below, but this is not a good idea because the connection won't work. Now black cuts, and even though white can get something on the outside, black's corner is way too big. This is a very good result for black. So if you can go in and then achieve such a result, then just be happy. Instead, white needs to find something else. But what? Here, black already has a stone at m4, so it's very easy for black to start a fight. Yeah, I believe that this was the correct way of play of black, even though it's also a little bit risky, but I'd say that black should manage to make life without much pain. In the game black plays here, it's a bit easy for white. White can just add a move, or maybe just play in the corner. If black plays here, then maybe we continue like this. Yeah, this was white's center, and white went in. But after this move, the invasion is still very annoying. And you see, if you play attachment and then connect, then you are not really afraid of the invasion because you have very big scale life in the corner. Okay, white added a move, yes. And by the way, now black played at e1. So you see, if the stone was not at a3 but at c4, then this would have been an Atari. So it would be much better for black. And then black cuts. That's a bit audacious, yes. And now white had an option to simply capture black in a ladder. But black squeezes white and gets some useful stones in the center. How is the game anyway? Let's count points. 3 times how much? How many? 5, 9. All right, let's say 3 times 10. It's already 30. 30 plus a few. Let's count 35 on the top, on the left side. And then here, maybe up to 15, all of that. So 45, plus certainly some potential here. 45 Komi, that's already 50 plus potential. So white has 50 plus. And black has 10. Let's count 20. It's a bit optimistic, but let's count 20. It's already 30. 45, let's say. 48. 50 to 53. So black has, white had 50 plus potential, like maybe a bit more than 50 plus potential, and black has, we count something like 52. And it is white's turn. All right, this group is a little bit thin, but this group as well, and white has a potential there. Generally, the game shouldn't be bad for white. It should be a bit better for white, in my opinion. Instead of capturing black in a ladder, white played this move. All right, also looks good, sure. But before we play such a move, we need to know where it leads and what is our idea by playing here. So black pushed, white was extending, so maybe white's idea was to build points, but it's a bit difficult because it's still so much open and there is an edge of that stone. Or maybe white's idea is to actually enclose black, to not give black easy life, because that move would give black a little bit of an easy life. But what happens at the same time? Black gets so many stones, and now black might try to connect his stones and at the same time split white. So this is actually a risky strategy of white. White needs to be sure that it's either possible to connect the stones of white or to make life on the inside. But even if it's possible to make life on the inside, if we finish in Gote making a small life, it's a success for black. It's a success for black because then black can continue there, and yeah, we didn't get anything. Like black got additional points on the bottom thanks to that attack. So probably this was a wrong strategic choice. But actually, when black played this move, white had an option to play like this and that. This is a net. Maybe white didn't play it because white was afraid that black can break through with these moves. And now the ladder doesn't work for white. But I think that if black now plays here, we also can consider just ignoring black's move. Black takes, all right, then we get a great stone there. Or if black answers, then we can actually answer because then we capture black in a ladder. Or maybe better to continue once, to not give black good shape, and then answer. And then it's much better. We didn't get split, and we will have points in the center, and then white's position should be certainly superior to black's. But how it went in the game, white risked super a lot. Then instead of playing directly here, which is not necessarily working, black first attaches, and instead of answering to all black's moves, white is already afraid that now black can connect, so white plays this one, and everything finishes in a very fierce fight. But I must say that black managed this fight well. So at this point, white really wants to extend at A, but also to play at B. And it seems that white cannot get two moves at the same time, so white is not really alive in the corner. If I was white, I would certainly play this one. And if black plays just a Kusumi, then white actually has a possibility of making life. And then black is dead, and I mean, unless this will work for black, but this looks a bit difficult to make it work. So this move actually puts black in trouble, in a big pressure. Black needs to play this move instead of Kusumi. Then white has to go like that. Otherwise, there is not enough space for two eyes, and for sure not enough liberties. So we need to play like this. And then where is the correct move? Of course, here. If black goes like this, then we are alive. So black needs to descend. But it seems that white is dead. It seems that white is anyway dead. Could it be that I missed something? I think I don't miss anything, unfortunately. So white dies. So it was well played by black. If black saw all of that. And there was no chance for white at this stage. Well, if white knows that the group dies, then it would be better to simply live in the corner, but then we lose all our right side territory. The group on the bottom, white's group on the bottom is cut off. So it's anyway bad for white. So in the game, white died here, so then it's game over. Black just needed to make sure that the other group lives. So black could play like here, but instead black played a bit more actively, and in the end, black even managed to capture another 5 stones of white, and white needed to still add a move. So black captured white's big corner in center. Right now, the game is over. So what should black do? Black should play calmly. Here. Just make sure that nothing unexpected happens. But black played a bit actively, and instead of simply connecting everything and sacrificing a little bit, black gave white a chance to cut off that group, and then the game became exciting again. So I'd say that black really did not need this. It was possible to win in a much easier manner, and right now we are in a capturing race, and who knows who wins this capturing race. Moreover, maybe white had a possibility of making life, or okay, this is not a life, but it probably gives more liberties to white, or in fact, sorry, this move is center, so white basically can create life, and black simply dies. So then, if our loss is very big, the game might become close again. So let's just never try such a thing when our advantage is so big. Let's just play here. But in the game, white did not make life there on the top. Instead, tried capturing race, but then white ended up with less liberties. So soon after, white resigned. That's it about this game from me, and let's move to the next one.